Welcome back to the Immigration Answers Show. My name, James Oliver Hacking III. I'll be here with you for the next hour, answering as many of your immigration law-related questions as I can. This is episode number 383 of the Immigration Answers Show. We have offices in St. Louis, San Diego, and Washington, D.C. But because immigration is federal, we're able to help people all around the country and, in fact, all around the world. Hope you all have had a wonderful week. The week is coming to an end. My weekend starts as soon as this video is over, but actually, we'll be back tomorrow at 1 o'clock Central. 1 o'clock Central, we'll have a show tomorrow at 1 p.m. Central. It'll be a solo show. It'll be just me. Julio will be on vacation, hopefully doing something fun. Everybody, let me know where you're watching from. Let me know what's going on in your world. I see Munir is checking in from Texas. Munir, thanks again for that story about your friend. I made a special video on that. Boo Boo Bow Bow is in Florida. Norma's in Chicago. Ms. B's up in New York. Pineapple Lemon's here, as always. The waiting room is full. As always, I'm going to go to the people who are on camera before I go to the people who are off camera. It's much more fun to me to talk to someone with a face that I can see than it is for me to just sit here and talk to myself. To that end, I'm going to get the show started, and I'm going to say hi to Lima. Hello, Lima.
Hi, Jim.
How you doing?
Good, good. How are you?
I'm great. What's going on?
Good. So I don't know if you remember the previous time I talked to you about doing interview, and then they said like we're gonna see within 3 months and the like. But just to inform you, I got my green card.
Awesome.
Yeah, they just sent within a week, man. Like,
that's great.
Yeah, just to inform you. Thank you for everything.
You're welcome.
Yep.
Thanks, Lima. Have a great day. I'm glad for you.
You too. Thank you.
Buddy.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for the call. We always like it when people tell us the good news that they got, the green card, the citizenship, all those good things. So thank you to Lima for coming back. All right, let's say hi to Miguel. Hello, Miguel.
Hey, Jim. Can you hear me?
I got you. How you doing?
Good, good. I have 2 questions for you today. The first one is, to start, just background. Working on gathering information to petition for my wife for the I-130.
Okay.
And 45. And then there's a question in there about children. My wife has guardianship over her niece, her nephew. The dad is not in the picture, so they took him out of foster care, and she had to get guardianship over him. Do we have to list them, or we only list our children?
Is the kid a U.S. citizen?
He's a U.S. citizen, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm cutting out or you're cutting out.
And an adoption has not occurred. I would just not list them.
Okay, not list them. Okay. And then the second question is, so I have a certificate of citizenship from my parents who became U.S. citizens, but the name that I used on my certificate of citizenship is different than what I got in my Social Security. Is that going to be an issue? Should I go to the Social Security office and change it? It just because Hispanics have 2 last names, and so my certificate of citizenship has my 2 last names, my mom's maiden name and my dad's last name. But in my Social Security card, they just list my dad's last name.
I think it's totally fine. It's not something I would worry about. What is there something in particular that you're worried about with that, or is it just a general? I want everything to match.
Just want everything to match. My name is so common that I want everything to match, and I don't want to have any issues or RFEs.
And which came first, the certificate of citizenship or the Social Security card?
Well, my Mexican birth certificate, has my first name and then my 2 last names. Mm-hmm. And then they got me a Social Security card, and they got rid of my mom's maiden name. So that the social came first.
I mean, I would honestly probably just leave it alone. But if you want to go to the Social Security Administration and talk to them about it, that's fine. Not a big deal.
Okay, cool. All right, thank you, Jim. Appreciate your help.
Hi, Miguel. See you, buddy. All right, Paul, are you driving? Is Paul driving? Paul, are you driving?
No, I'm not driving. Don't worry.
Okay. What do you got for me?
Just a quick question about the medical exam. I have record of all my vaccinations. The only one the one I do have a record for is I can't figure it out. I have record of my COVID vaccines. I have 3 of them, and the last one I got was in December of 2021. And there's new CDC guidance with regards to how they accept people who are fully vaccinated. And I'm just wondering, would that have any relation to how USCIS recommends?
No, I believe they only care about one, but if you've been 3 times, I think you're totally fine.
Yeah, because the CDC just recommended everything, and I'm just wondering, because they don't accept the monovalent vaccines as being considered fully vaccinated anymore. You have to get the new one. I'm not really interested in it, but if I have to, I guess I'll do it. So I just thought.
I've heard of no problems for anybody who only had it once. That's all I can say.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Thanks,
Thank
Paul.
you so much.
Bye, buddy.
Thank you.
Rana's here. Hello, Rana.
Hello. Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. Thank you very much. Thanks for. So let me.
What's up?
So yeah. Okay. Let me explain my situation. I'm on H-1B visa at the moment, and I have submitted my 485 in. Hi. Can I explain?
Yeah, I got you. You got an H-1B.
Yeah. And I submitted my 485 in January, including my work authorization and travel authorization at the same time.
Yep.
I have done fingerprint in March, but I haven't got anything back from that time. By the way, I submitted I-48190 to NIW in August 2021, and I got approval on my NIW in August 2022. So my status is current, basically.
So just real quick. So August of 22, USCIS approves your NIW on the I-140, and then in January of 23, you file the 45, the 765, and the 131.
Yes.
Yep,
Yes,
got it.
exactly.
Okay.
So my early submission for I-190 is August 2021.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the question?
So my question is, first of all, I wanted to basically, I'm thinking of filing expedite on my 485 as I'm working on nonprofit organization. So I'm not sure if if it helps or not. I wanted to get your advice. Like if I get from my supervisor a letter that I cannot participate in this project and I need it because I don't have green card, does it helps or not?
It doesn't hurt. Whether it helps, probably not. They probably won't grant it, but you can try.
The second question is, if I'm also British. If I leave the country, my H-1B visa ends by next month in July, and I'm thinking of back to England and like.
No, you can't leave. You can't leave until you get your travel document.
Okay.
If you leave without your travel document, then your 485 is abandoned, and you got to start over.
I see. Okay. So does it mean that in July, like in next month, I have a still H-1B visa till in July, and I have a travel to go to Toronto by end of this month, but I will back with my H-1B visa.
You cannot, once you file the 485, you cannot leave the country until your advance parole is approved. It has nothing to do with your H-1B. Your H-1B does not keep your green card alive. If you leave the United States and go to Toronto at the end of the month and you don't have advance parole, then your 45 will be denied. You'll lose your fees and you'll have to start all over. Does that make sense?
Okay, yeah, I just surprised. So
why are you surprised? Why are you surprised?
because I thought with my H-1B visa I can leave the country and back, and
Yeah, you can leave the country and come back, but as soon as you leave, your green card is abandoned.
okay. Yeah, okay, I didn't know that.
Well, I'm glad we talked because I don't want you to leave and lose your green card.
Okay, sure. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, bye, Rana. See ya.
Bye.
All right. Now someone in the comments, BM, mama says, please pick me up. I've been wanting to talk to you, but there's no one in the waiting room named BM, mama. So you have to use your name in the comments so that I know who really wants to come on. So there you go. All right. Eon is here. Hello, Eon.
Hi, Mr. Jim. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I have one question, right? I spoke to you like 2 weeks ago concerning I went for my interview and everything was approved, but it's been like 42 days. I haven't heard nothing. What happened with my medical? If I ain't got it between the period of 6 months, did it expire?
How long before? My understanding is the medical lasts for 6 months. At least that's how it used to be. And then if that'll be.
I got my medical like probably like 3 weeks before my interview.
Yeah, so you got time.
That's okay, because I haven't, like, I don't even know what to do, because like I'm just waiting. My status isn't changing. They ain't saying anything. I just says getting like I like I'm lost. I don't know what's going on.
What embassy?
In Guyana.
Just chilling. Should just be a couple more weeks. I think you're okay.
Okay, Mr. Jim. Thank you. And I really appreciated what you're doing. I learned a lot. I learned a lot from listening to your program and going about my interview and stuff like that. I learned a lot.
Awesome.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, see you, buddy. Let me know when you get it, okay? All right. He always looks so chill. I love the background out behind him. It always makes me think about when I went to the Dominican Republic and to Costa Rica. It looks very chill. All right. Bakir is BM. I don't see Bakir in the waiting room, so I'm just going to go to Ali. Ali, are you with us? Or it's Ali.
Yeah. Hi, Jim. Can I turn my camera off?
Yeah, I hid you. You're good. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So my question is, right? Hypothetically speaking, a friend of mine, she's switching from the I-485 to the, I think it's the I-360, which is the VAWA. I don't know what the name is, but it's the VAWA.
Wait, so that's 360. Yeah. So she has an approved I-360?
No, it's not approved as yet. She's about to submit it, but there's a question on it.
Hold on. Let's back up. So
okay.
When did this person come to the United States?
2 years ago, almost 2.5 years ago, I think.
And what kind of a visa did they have when they came?
She had a regular visiting visa.
And then she married a U.S. citizen?
Uh-huh.
And then did that U.S. citizen file an I-130 for her?
Right. Yes.
They did. Okay. And that case is still pending.
It's still pending. Right.
And she filed a 45 to go along with the I-130.
Right.
So now things are bad. The spouse is abusive.
Right.
Are they getting divorced?
Technically right now they're separated, but not divorced.
But at least she's safe and she's not staying with the abusive person.
No.
Okay,
no,
good.
They're not.
Now she's going to file an I-360, and there's a question on the form that you want to ask me about.
Right. So, because she has a paralegal that's doing it for her, but the question states that if she has ever worked in the United States without permission, which she has, but the paralegal tick no.
So
I mean,
so has it already been filed?
Yes.
So and has it been receipted?
She hasn't gotten a receipt notice as yet.
Why did she sign it if the paralegal put the wrong information on there?
I guess she didn't realize, but it was after she was going through, like fine-toothing through the whole document, then she saw it. But the paralegal told her that she shouldn't worry about it because they're not going to find out or something of the sort like that, because it's two different entities.
That's brilliant advice from the unlicensed notario fake lawyer known as a paralegal. I mean, that's terrible, terrible advice.
Mm.
No paralegal or fake lawyer can guarantee that they're not going to find out anything. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard. So this person needs to never talk to this fake lawyer again. The fake lawyer is going to get them in trouble, and they need to notify USCIS that they need to correct that answer on the form.
Okay. So would that be like a problem though? Like in her case, because I know, because I've been watching your show and I told her that I know it's forgiven when you're married to a U.S. citizen if you work without permission.
Yeah, it's forgiven for a 360, which was based on marriage to a U.S. citizen. So that part she's okay. What she's not okay in is saying no to a yes question. That's the problem.
Okay, so you're saying it's forgiven on a 362?
Yep.
Okay, so she needs to call. She needs to call the office and tell them she want to change it and then resubmit it. How does that work?
Okay, so Allie, no. She should never talk to the stupid fake lawyer again. The fake lawyer
Okay.
almost screwed up her case. She needs to either hire a real lawyer or she needs to send a corrected answer in writing with a cover letter explaining what happened, that she made a mistake, that she did in fact work, and she needs to send it to USCIS by certified mail or Federal Express so she has proof that they got it.
Okay, to USCIS or to the I-360? Isn't it two different offices?
To where the receipt is for the 360. That's where she should send it. And
Okay.
if she gets an interview, which she probably will, then she should tell them again at that.
Okay. All right. Okay, I will let her know. All right. Another question. So another friend, she wants to file for her mom and her sibling, right? The question is, the sibling is under 18.
Yep.
Can she, if she files for her, would it mean that she's not 21? Is it going to be quicker for her to come? Or would it be best for her to file for the mom when the mom gets through, then the mom files for the daughter?
Yes, that's the approach that you just said.
Okay, it would be best for her to file. And how long would that take, being that because I think she's 17, almost 18?
So, and just to be clear, this friend of yours is a U.S. citizen, right?
She's a citizen, yes.
Has she filed for mom yet?
No, she hasn't.
So she needs to file for mom right away. So let's say that takes a year and a half. So if mom turns around and files for sister, is mom overseas or out of?
No, she's overseas.
Yeah, it's going to be a race. Sister might age out. She might not. You just got to get that thing on file yesterday.
Okay.
They're wasting time.
Yeah, I told her. Okay.
Because if she bounces into over 21, then you're talking a 10-year wait by the time she gets it.
Okay, but if she's still on a 21, would that still give her a chance to come early? No.
Maybe.
Once she turns 18.
No, 21.
21?
Yeah, but we don't know how long it's going to take for mom to get her green card.
Okay, okay, I get it. Okay. All right, Jim, I appreciate it. Thank you
Bye,
so
Allie.
much. Keep up the good work.
Okay, thanks.
Alrighty.
Bye. Ed, what do you say, Ed? Ed, you're on mute.
Hi, Jim. How are you? Can I close my camera?
I already did. Go ahead.
Thank you. Appreciate it. So yeah, I don't know if you remember me. We filed a lawsuit, and it worked perfectly. I got my green card, and then it was a very exciting moment. So thank you
Awesome.
for you and your team.
Sure.
So I have a question. I have a travel document that is valid until next year, January.
Okay.
When is the soonest I could apply for a renewal? Because they take forever. So I'm trying to.
You mean a refugee travel document?
Yes, correct.
It expires January of 24?
Correct.
I don't know. We'd have to check the rules. I think it's 6 months.
Oh, okay. All right. Then I know through your emails, sorry, like your videos and everything, you advise not to use my original passport since I am an asylee.
Yeah, I remember.
Now, 2 years back when I came, I traveled to Turkey with my first travel document, and when I came back, they had to ask these questions. So during that, I don't know. I took my passport, sorry, just in case that Turkey doesn't know what I'm talking about. So I didn't
Smart.
use it. The visa was on the travel document, and everything. But when I came back, I don't know, for some reason, it ended up with the customs. So they looked at it; it's empty, but they stamped it. They gave me like a similar stamp to the one on the travel document, and they just gave it back to me. So I wonder, like, does that mean that it's already in their system? If I use it or not use it, does that make any?
Well, here, let me try to make you feel better. Number one, I don't think that, I think using your old passport is something that is very, very rarely used to punish people that got asylum. So I think it's very, very rare. I also think you didn't actually even use it. You just might have pulled it out to look at or show to somebody. It's not how you got admitted. So I think you're fine. I would not spend too much time worrying about this.
Okay, but you don't advise using it in the future.
No, generally, no. If you can avoid using it, avoid using it.
Okay.
But if you're talking about things like you just mentioned, I'm not too worried about it.
Okay. All right. Now, I think I'm also like eligible for the 3 years rule since I'm married to a U.S. citizen.
Yeah. 3. So you have to have 3 years of marriage and 3 years of a green card.
Now, when I apply for the citizenship, is that going to be considered like applying through marriage? Meaning, do I need to submit all the marriage evidence, or
not all, but you have to prove that the marriage is ongoing, that you resided together for the 3 years. You have to prove it up. I would say it's like proving it up light.
Okay, I see. All right, that's all I have. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Ed.
Thank you.
Glad the
Thank you.
lawsuit worked. See you, bud. Yep, bye. All right, everybody. Go ahead and do me a favor in the comments. Let me know, what are you going to do this weekend? Something fun, I hope. It's beautiful weather here in St. Louis. Our STL City soccer team will be taking on one of the Los Angeles teams on Sunday. So I'll be going with Amani and Yusuf and one of the other kids or a friend to the game on Sunday at noon. It's supposed to rain, though, so we'll see about that. Also going to go out on a date with Amani tomorrow, go see a play. So I'm excited about that. Carolus asked if we've ever had any clients from Lithuania. Carolus, I don't think we have had anyone from Lithuania. I could go. We have a big map of the world out front. Of course, everyone knows I'm looking for a client from Namibia, but maybe we had a caller from Namibia, but we haven't had a client from Namibia. Maybe we'll get a client from Lithuania one of these days. Batter's going to be reading BIA decisions. I just read a doozy. Batter. Roberto's going to smoke some ribs and brisket. That sounds good. Carolus is in Chicago via Lithuania. What other fun things are you going to do? Oh, yeah, football. Sorry, David. I'm going to the football match. I'm just a dumb white guy, dude. Come on, give me a break. Yeah, I'm going to a football match on the pitch, as they say. Speaking of Messi, I'm very excited that he's coming to play in the MLS. Now, I actually have tickets. Inter Miami is coming to St. Louis on July 15th, but I don't think Leo will be on the team just yet. That'll be probably just a few weeks too early. And it's really funny because those tickets usually sell on resale for about $100, and I saw they were going for $450 a piece, and I happened to have 8, so I probably should have sold them when everyone thought he was still coming. But either way, whenever he comes this year or next year, hopefully I'll get to see him. That's really exciting. Rocio's going to spend time with her stepson. Carolus is sending out an AOS application. That's pretty good. Thank you, Suraju, for the nice words. Jones got a Zoom conference. Well, that sounds, that could be good. That could be bad. An all-day Zoom conference. I don't know. Depends what the topic is. Princess. Hey, Princess, did you know I'm coming to England? Haha. Yeah, we'll be in England in a couple weeks. And so I guess I should talk about that. I don't know if I'm going to do I might be off the air for 2 whole weeks. I don't know. We'll see. I'll tell you what. I'm going to be out of pocket, I know, and not working very hard for 2 weeks. And if I do a last minute show, you're definitely going to want to be on our text list so that you get alerted, because that'll be like 20 minutes notice. You should text the word show to 314-470-3300 if you want to find out about that. But yeah, Princess, we'll be in London for a week. Looking forward to that. I've never been to Great Britain, so that'll be fun. Let's say hi to Khan. What do you say, Khan? You're on mute.
Can I turn my camera off?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
Right. So I got a question regarding my application for 485.
Okay.
So I do have a going on 589 application. It's been pending for pretty much like over 2 years. And now I got married, and my wife is filing 130 and 485 for me.
My favorite kind of case. Yep.
Yeah. However, there's a little bit of issue because when I came earlier to United States, I was in relationship and I married a lady. She was not a U.S. citizen or anything, but we got married for like 3 months, and then we decided to get divorced. So
that was in America or outside of America?
It was in the United States. It was in California.
Did that person ever file an immigration benefit for you?
No, they never. I mean, she had a 589 pending, and she added me for it. And then, as soon as the marriage ended, she got me off this application. And then I submitted my 589 application, which has been pending since then.
Are you and she from the same country or different countries?
We were both from the same country. But again, like at this time, she didn't have any immigration benefits. Her 589 was just pending, just like mine.
When did you enter the United States?
Feb 2020.
And when did you marry that lady?
April 2020.
Did you know her before you came to the United States?
I did, but I mean, was not really like a strong relationship. We just like met in person in here.
When did she file for asylum?
Soon as she came to the U.S., which was quite some time before me. So I do
So
not
when
really...
you entered, she had an asylum case on file.
Yeah, when
you got married, she had an asylum case on file. Then after you got married,
correct,
you got added, and then
correct, and then
okay.
As the marriage ended, she got me off this, and I submitted my own 589 application.
You were only married for 3 months?
Correct. I was married for, I mean, we lived together for like 4 or 5 months. However, the divorce was, or like the marriage ended on May 2021. So it took pretty much a year to be finalized and get the paper from the family court.
Okay, then when did you marry this U.S. citizen?
Last month, May 2023. So exactly 2 years after the divorce of the first relationship.
Okay. All right. I got it.
You got it. So, however, the only thing that happened back then is that the way this marriage ended, that the ex-wife basically accused me of domestic violence, and the cops came, and I was under arrest for 3 days. However, this case was rejected by district attorney because of no evidence. There says like the district attorney rejected the case because of insufficient evidence, and based on this, I was released after 3 days of being detained.
That was with his current wife or the first wife?
No, that was with the first wife.
Okay.
So basically, I was released after 3 days because of insufficient evidence and the case being rejected by the district attorney. And then she went to the family court and she filed for a restraining order. Okay. So the restraining order, when the court looked at it, they did not. I mean, I looked at the minute order at the end of this. So basically says the court confirms that domestic violence has happened and the court finds wife to be sufficiently credible. That's what the minute order say at the end of the hearing session.
And did you participate in that hearing?
I did participate in that hearing, and I told my story, and that's what the what the judge, I mean, that's what the minute order says. So
Okay.
basically, she was asking for money, and she was asking for like restraining order, I believe, for like 5 years. However, that's what the judge granted is restraining order for 1 year and no money. Like they rejected all her requests for money.
Okay.
So my question is, according to California laws, that I mean, on the public records of the police departments, when I see my name, I see everybody else's name. I see what's their offense. But when I see my name in the public record or in the public record of the police department, I see my name and it's written under the offense details or the offense description says time tracking only. So when I looked online, it says this means you were there, you were not accused of anything, but you were detained. So my question is, how, or does, I mean, I don't know if, does this affect my current 485 application? And do I need to get an attorney, or how bad is the situation?
Well, I mean, a restraining order is a civil matter that doesn't involve criminal charges, but there is a claim of domestic violence, so that's a bit of a problem. I'm a little bit concerned that there. Here's my question: what happens if they go and knock on her door, wife number one?
So from what perspective exactly? Knock on her door and ask her what?
Whether you paid her to add you to whether. Are you there?
I think can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. So
whether you paid her to add you to her asylum case, whether the relationship was real, whether you were violent against her, whether you abused her, all those things are possible. What's she gonna say?
So for paid her or something, that's not gonna be anything that concerns me, because that was like a real relationship. We moved in together, we were living together. So for domestic violence, she was claiming that I did like assault her physically, but basically I did not do so. Basically, I was the one who was assaulted. It's just a matter that she reported it first, and I had a hospital report from the hospital confirming the physical damage that I had on my body from the assault that I had. However, pretty much the court didn't really care to see this from my end, even though when I took these hospital reports to the hearing.
So, in answer to your question, I think you do need a lawyer, not just because of the domestic violence charge, but also because of the complicated immigration history. So, being on one person's asylum case, then having your own asylum case, then getting divorced, then marrying a U.S. citizen. Your asylum case, I assume, is still pending at the asylum office. You haven't been referred to the immigration court.
I was never sent to the immigration. It's been pending since then.
Yeah, I think you're probably going to get an interview on this case, and I think you probably want to have a lawyer handle it from start to finish.
Okay, and for the 485, my wife submitted the 130. Do we submit the 485 right now, or what do we do?
Yeah, you should have submitted it all together.
I mean, we just didn't know that we can, but
that's okay.
we will submit it like next week. We got all the medical checks and all of this, and we will do it. But
okay.
So you think that they're gonna slow down the 485 because of the complicated?
Yeah, and I'm worried about some of the questions on the 485. I think you got to be really careful how you answer things.
So the questions of like the only question that I were like not like a bit confused about is like, have you ever been arrested? Usually in any kind of applications or formal applications, I answered this as no, because they said according to California laws, if you were detained and after 1 year, this basically falls off.
That is still a fucking arrest, though.
It is, and that's when I changed it basically. And instead of saying no, now I said yes in this application. However, in the 589, which I have on my like the pending one, I answered this question as no. So basically,
wasn't that before?
Yeah, the 589 was before. That was like 2 years ago.
So since getting arrested, have you marked any government forms that said you have never been arrested?
since the 589 is the only thing I can think of that I marked that I have never been arrested.
But that was before you got arrested, right?
No, that was after I got arrested.
So on the 589, you marked that you've never been arrested, even though you have been.
Correct. That's based on what the police department says, that this is, you were detained, you were not arrested. But anyway, just like you said, you were arrested, or I was arrested.
Yeah.
So in this case, like, you think things are gonna slow down, or they're gonna like
what country
reject it, or do they have like inadmissibility grounds that they can reject the 485 based on what you heard?
Probably not, because like I said, that's all civil, and you didn't have a chance to. I mean, you had a little bit of a hearing to participate. I'm more worried about what admissions they're going to get out of you or her based on. I mean, if they want to mess with you, they can go get a long affidavit from her about how abusive you were. That's what I'm worried about.
Mm-hmm.
But in any event, I got to get going, and I definitely think you need to get a lawyer. Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay. Bye. Bow.
Oh, hi.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine. I shave my cats, 3 cats, and take shower for them. So I'm looking frustrated right now.
You're fine. Go ahead. What can I help you with?
Oh, okay. So I had my interview, marriage-based green card interview last month in May, and the interview officer told me, "Oh, your case looks fine. We're gonna approve you tomorrow." And I'm sorry, the camera. And then after a few weeks, and well, not after a few weeks, after the day after the interview, my case status changed to interview canceled. So I would like to know, like, how long I should wait for the decision, and if I couldn't get the decision, when can I reach out to Emma or reach out to congressman to push my case.
What's the receipt date on the I-130?
The receipt date is June 30, 2022.
Has the I-130 been approved?
No, not yet.
Were you in status or out of status at the time that you filed?
In status.
Any problems with the law or anything?
No.
So in your mind, it's a pretty straightforward case?
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. We were in the interview for 20 minutes. The officer told, I'm going to approve you tomorrow because right now the internet was not good. I can't approve you right now, so I'm going to approve you tomorrow. Then tomorrow it changed to interview canceled.
Which field office?
Tampa, Florida.
I would say wait until that 1-year anniversary since it's coming right up, and then I would start bugging them.
Okay. Okay, awesome. Thank you very much. Hope you have
a hopefully come soon. Goodbye. All right. Somebody said they left us a review, so thanks for that. I appreciate that. Who was it? Shanice. Thanks so much. We appreciate that. Thanks, Shiro. That was very much appreciated. Let's say hi to Mohammed. Hello, Mohammed.
Hello, can I turn my camera off, please?
Okay.
Hi, Jim. I am from Iraq.
Okay.
I used to work for the USA Army, and I applied for special immigration visa in 2010.
Yep.
I got denied in 2014 because I don't have recommendation. Say I do faithful and viable service for the USA Army.
Yep.
In 2017, I got the 2 recommendation, and I appeal. I get Chief of Mission in April 2017. I did my interview in Baghdad in June 2018, and they tell me everything is good, and they gave me a paper say administration process. Every time I email them from since 2018 till now, they say this administration process, we don't know when it is finished. So what the deal? What can I do for now?
Do you have family in the United States at all?
I have friends and my wife's sisters there.
I mean, I took a look at this for a different case a little while back. I'm pretty sure SIV is over, and they're not processing those anymore. So I don't know that you're coming.
My friend get his visa like 3 days ago for his family.
Okay, well then go ahead and email me what you have. I'll take a look at it and I'll email you back.
I sent an email to the office and they replied to me.
They did.
Which email address should I send it on you?
You sent it You sent it yesterday?
No, like 3 days ago.
Okay. Well, I can ask them to check. I would send it again right now and say I was just on the show with Jim on Friday at the 40-minute mark, and he said he wants to see my paperwork. Make sure you send all your paperwork.
Okay, thank you very much.
Bye, Mohammed. See you, bud. Knee's here. What do you say, Knee?
Hi, Jim.
Now, I have a complicated relationship with the Seattle Seahawks because the Rams were here forever and I hated the Seahawks, but now I hate the Rams because of fucking Kroenke. So now I sort of like the Seahawks, and I do like Pete Carroll. And I always liked Russell Wilson, but of course he's gone. So what can I help you with?
Yeah, so I called yesterday about returning to Ghana from a J1 and serving my 2-year home residency. So I told you that I met somebody in the US and we're planning to get married sometime. But then yesterday I wanted to ask, but I forgot and I remembered. And the thing is, we're deciding between a K1 and like getting married and then filing for the other one is like CR12 or something like that. So I wanted to ask like which one is better, which one is preferable. We're so for the K1, she wants her family to be at the wedding, and so she would want to have the wedding in America. And if she has a wedding in Ghana or anywhere outside of America, some of her friends and family will not be available to attend, and she wants some of these people there. So she's considering filing for me for the fiancé visa, but then we're kind of like confused because we want to know which one is better, which one is, efficient, which one is like recommended in this time. Yeah.
So would she be open to a civil marriage in Ghana without all the bells and whistles, just a very simple courthouse marriage, and then having a big wedding ceremony when you come to America with your green card?
Yeah, I think that like she's down for that, but we were just like we want to like gather as much information since we're not ready to get married yet, but then we want to prepare, which is like something that we want to recognize that this is something that we would want to do and then adequately prepare for. So we want to have all the options at hand and weigh it and see what's better. So
here's my current thinking on fiance cases.
Okay.
So back in the good old days when things were good at immigration, we once got a fiance. We filed the I-129F and she was in my office 60 days after we filed that. So it literally took 2 months. Now, of course, that wouldn't do you any good because you've got the 2-year residency. So, but for forever, the conventional wisdom was that fiance cases are better because they go faster than marriage-based cases.
Okay.
That is no longer true. Fiance cases go actually a little bit slower at USCIS or about the same time. So there is your first 10 months to 12 months.
Okay.
Then they go to the National Visa Center. They're a little bit faster at the National Visa Center than they are at for spouse cases, a little bit faster, 4 or 5 months. The problem is at the embassies. The embassies are treating fiance cases almost like visit visas. They're at the bottom of the pile of things that they are concerned about. That's number one. And that's just happening over and over. But the bigger problem, the fundamental problem I have right now with the Biden administration in particular, when it comes to fiance cases, is that in their efforts to clear the books of their backlog. So here's what happens in the typical fiance case. In the typical fiance case, once delays started happening, under the law, these K-1 visas expire. And for as long as I've been an immigration lawyer, the embassies have always, without anybody even asking, automatically extended those petitions until such time as they could get you scheduled for an interview, get your medical, get everything taken care of, and then give you the visa. But shortly after the Biden, and this might happen a little bit at the end of Trump, but shortly after the Biden people came in, we've probably had 15 cases, and I saw this at first in lawsuits, but we've probably had 15 cases that I know of, probably 6 or 7 that I handled.
Yeah.
Where they just basically stopped processing them and said, this thing expired, and no, we're not going to automatically re-extend it. So then the people had to get married and start over. So that's what I don't want to happen for you.
All right, sure.
So I'm a strong advocate these days of I-130s over I-129Fs. In your particular case, I think we even add a little bit extra to it because you've got that waiver issue, which we're not going to do the waiver, but the 2 years, I just think it's better. It's stronger. So I would just, and I know that the easy thing is now, you guys have been in each other's physical presence, so you could file a K1 tomorrow and she doesn't have to come visit and get married. And I don't know how easy it is for an American to get married in Ghana, but
yeah. I think that she's down for everything, but we're just like trying as much as possible to gather us a lot of information and be prepared and to see the possible potholes and not get trapped, So
yeah. So I would say have her watch this video and then you guys decide together.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right,
bye, Nee. See you, buddy.
Hi, see you.
Hi, Marie. Hi, Marie.
Hello.
Hi, Marie. How you doing?
I am good, Jim. How are you doing?
Great. What can I help you with?
I'm calling on behalf of my husband. My husband received his green card in February 2017. Can he apply for his citizenship now?
2017?
Yes.
Yeah, he's overdue.
What happened? He usually travel from Jamaica to the US and spend like 2 to 3 weeks, but since December 2020, he has been living there.
Oh, well, that's a big problem. So he hasn't been back. He hasn't been back to the United States since December of 2020.
He's living in the United States since December 2020 until now.
I gotcha. Okay. All right. So, Marie, for any of before 2020, for any of those trips back to Jamaica, were any of the trips to Jamaica more than 6 months?
Yes, it was more than 6 months, but he had the I-1, he has a traveling document, that's the I-130A, that's it?
No, you mean he had the reentry permit, the 131?
Yes, he had that.
Okay. So when was the last time? So was 2020 when that was the last time that he had like a long trip more than 6 months?
Yes.
Yeah. So then he should wait.
2020.
December 2020. So he should wait 4 years and 1 day from when he came back from the last long trip.
4 years and 1 day.
After the last long trip. So if he came back, let's say he came back December 5th of 2020, yes. December 5th of 2020, then he should probably file January of. Did you get that? Did you get what I said?
We should file January
2025. Yep.
2025.
Mm-hmm. Oh wait, but you're a U.S. citizen, right?
No, he's a green card holder.
No, you are you a U.S. citizen?
No, I'm not a U.S. citizen. He has filed for me, and I'm documented qualified from August 2022. But I don't hear anything from them yet. From that,
I gotcha.
Waiting an interview.
So he's not married to a U.S. citizen. So he's got to wait the 4 years and 1 month, or 1 day. So yeah, I mean. I would say, Marie, that when the time comes, you should talk to an immigration lawyer. This is just me talking off the top of my head. I'd want to dig down and look at everything and see all of his dates of travel and talk it all through.
Okay.
But that's a year and a half from now.
A year and a half from now. Mm-hmm. What would be the cost for you to do this for him?
To handle his citizenship case?
Yes.
Somewhere like 4,000, 4,500, something like that.
4,045. Okay.
Something like that.
Okay. The next question, Jim. He filed for me, and I was documentary qualified August 20, last year August. But every 60 days, I keep getting an email. Do you know how long this will take?
Well, the problem now is you're the spouse of a green card holder, right? So
Yes.
those cases retrogressed, and there's now, I think there is. Hold on. Here's the visa bulletin for July. This is going to take me a minute. Do you know about the visa bulletin?
Yes.
So the visa bulletin comes out every month, and it says what the final action date is. And I'm pretty sure there's a delay of a few years. So what's your priority date on your I-130? Do you know?
August 2019.
Oh, August 2019?
Yes.
Oh yeah, you're okay. Yeah. So it should they're just probably waiting for an interview in Jamaica.
Yes.
Yeah, I think you're okay.
Okay.
Thanks, Marie.
All right. Thank you, Jim.
Bye-bye. Oh, Princess Lizzie always has such nice to say. These live shows are now one of my favorite weekly activities. Well, we're going to be doing a show tomorrow, so don't forget that. We'll be doing a show tomorrow at 1 o'clock Central Time. And Hooli reminds me, it's really nice when you guys can leave us a review, a 5-star review. We'd greatly appreciate it. Reviewhackinglaw.com. Please do that if you can. Let's say hi to Rakesh. Hi, Rakesh.
Hi, Jim. Good afternoon. Thank you for taking my question.
Of course.
So I'm a legal permanent resident.
Yeah.
I have filed a petition for my unmarried son under F2B category.
Yeah.
And his priority date is January 2018.
Okay.
Now I'm eligible for naturalization. Please advise, shall I file my paper for citizenship?
Yeah. So is he married or he's unmarried, right?
He's unmarried. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a good question. So the reason Rakesh asks is because right now, cases involving the adult children of green card holders in F2B are faster than the cases of U.S. citizens' children over 21. So this is a weird little wrinkle in USCIS and the State Department policy. I assume your son's overseas?
No, he's in U.S. on H-1B.
Oh, that's good. How much longer does he have on his H-1B?
His I-140 is already filed.
Sorry, it shorted out.
Yeah, his I-140 is already filed, and yeah, he's in the second term, almost 6 years.
So he's in good shape. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So in answer to your question, which was about, you can opt out. You can opt, even if you become a citizen, you can ask that USCIS treat him as a green card holder.
Okay, because in July,
as if you're a green card holder.
Okay, that's fine. In July visa bulletin, I just noticed that the date of filing date for F1 category has moved by 8 months. It's now September 1st, 2017.
Yep.
And F2B is January 1st, 2017.
Yeah.
So suppose if I become a citizen, so I have an option. Either I should continue my application as a green card holder, or I can switch it to F1, which is citizen.
Yep.
And his priority date will be retained?
Yeah, I would say go ahead and get your citizenship and then figure out which way you want to be treated when the time comes. Does that make sense?
Okay, got you, Jim. Thank you, Jim. Thank you.
Bye, Rakesh. See
okay,
you,
take care.
Okay,
have a nice weekend. Bye.
You too. Thanks. All right. Oh, wait a minute. Hold your horses. It is Friday. So we have to say hi to our friend. We need to get an update. Shabazz in the house. In the house. How you doing?
Hi, doing Jim Juma Mubarak.
Thank you. Did you get your I-130 approved?
No, Jim, no. Still, I am waiting. It's a waiting game. I just need your 2-3 minutes opinion.
Go.
I go to UCIS office with my wife, and we told them that we want to talk to the supervisor. And one supervisor came, and he said that you have to wait because you have a court hearing. So my question is that I have a court hearing now on September 1st. So my attorney, he will write the letter to the court that he will file the motion for me. So what will happen in the court? What the judge will do?
He's just going to roll it. She or she are just going to roll it. You need that I-130 approved. Why haven't you hired me to sue them? Why is it money? Is that why?
Jim, I'm pissed off. I'm fucked up. Really, I'm stressed up. The question is that before 2 weeks from Washington DC, one lady called me. She told me that when you have this court hearing, court will give us the instructions. He told me that the court will give us the instructions.
I think that advice is from like 5 years ago. I haven't actually heard of a court, and I might be wrong. I haven't heard a court telling USCIS to decide an I-130. Hey, just so everybody remembers, Shabazz, what's the priority date on your I-130?
March 3rd March, March 18th, 2022.
And your spouse is a U.S. citizen?
She's a U.S. citizen.
Yeah. So the USCIS is full of shit. For you to show up there and for them to say, you have a court date. I mean, yeah, dude, I have a court date, which is why I need you to decide the damn I-130. So they're just blowing smoke at you.
Sir, USCIS told me they told me like, sir,
that's true on the 45. The 45, that's true. They can't do anything on the 45, but only they can approve the I-130.
Sir, the judge cannot approve my I-30.
Head to your pickup at the original Ninfa's Uptown.
Say it again.
The immigration judge, he cannot approve my
only USCIS, which is why what they're saying is just BS.
Okay, sir. Now the question is that the USCIS told me we cannot process your I-130 until the court will make a decision on your asylum case.
No, that's all. They're all full of shit. That's all BS.
That's why I'm wondering that I'm going to the court. They are sending me to the USCIS. I'm going to the USCIS.
You didn't answer my question.
Yes.
Why didn't you sue them? Why don't you sue them?
Sir, I'm afraid to do that. I talked to my wife.
I've sued them 1,500 times.
My wife told me just wait for 1.5 years. They will process your case. I just want to know that, sir, in this hearing, the judge, he will give them the instruction to the USCIS. He will give some instructions.
Maybe, probably not. And even if he does, they'll do whatever the hell they want.
But my I-130 is in Vermont, and when I go to the USCIS center in Houston, the one officer told me that the supervisor told me that I email to Vermont and they will send your file to here in Houston. And when
Shabazz, do you believe anything that they say?
Sir, to be honest, I don't believe, but I'm thinking that I am football for them. USCIS is sending me to court, and court is sending me to the USCIS.
Right.
And my attorney told me, don't call me. You have to wait. If you call me, I will tell your wife. He is calling me again and again.
Okay, Shabazz. What else? I told you how to fix your problem. You don't want to listen to me.
I just want to ask you, sir, on this hearing, what court will do?
Maybe. I mean, most likely, one thing the court's going to do is postpone your hearing for another year or two, and the judge is going to say, "Boy, I really hope you get that I-130 stuff sorted out," and maybe he'll send instructions, or she'll send instructions.
If he will send the instruction to the USCIS, then how many months they will take to take the decision?
As long as they want.
Like 1 month, 2 months, like that?
Here's the thing, Shabazz. I'm going to tell you this right now. You ready?
Yes.
Hopefully not. But one day you're going to hire me to sue them. I don't know when it is. But one day you are going to hire me to sue them. So you can do it now. You can do it 2 years from now. I don't care. But if you want relief, that's what you're going to do. So I got to go. Shabazz, I got to go, buddy. I'm tired.
If I will sue them, they will process my I-130?
They will.
So, sir, my question is that, like, how many total years, how many total time they are taking for I-130?
I don't know. I mean, it hasn't been that long. It's been what, a year and a couple months?
It's I will complete my 15 months on 18th June.
The
June 18th.
problem is, as you know, there's pieces of Shabazz all over the place. Part of Shabazz is in the asylum office. Part of Shabazz is in the deportation court. Part of
Yeah.
Shabazz is at USCIS. And so what the lawsuit does is makes government lawyers look at Shabazz as a whole person and figure out what they want to do. That's it. I gotta go, man. I'm tired.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bye, Shabazz. See you, buddy. All right. Always good to see our friend Shabazz, and I didn't lose my temper. How about that? All right. So Hoolie's out of here for the weekend. I'll be here tomorrow at 1 o'clock Central. Again, I hope you all do something fun. And I'll be here for an hour tomorrow answering questions. And I hope you all have a good night. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.